Hey guys, welcome back to Hood Tales. This is your boy Tommy, and today we're coming in with another story time about the first time I did acid. So, this is gonna be a banger. Now, it's gonna be kind of maybe a little bit of a shorter story, but it's still a good story nonetheless. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. So, this took place back when I was a freshman. So what? Let's see here, about 5 years ago. It was the end of freshman year, um, and I already knew about psychedelics. I was curious about them. Back then, I watched a lot of a YouTuber named Psych Substance. If you don't know who he is, he's a guy who talks about like safety, harm reduction, how to do psychedelics properly, and like all this, a bunch of cool videos. He's never met him. He lives in Canada, but really cool guy, it seems like. And so you can get a lot of good information off of there. So, anyways, I had went to school, and my best friend, still to this day, let's give him a name of, let's see here, Ben. Uh, Ben was sitting next to me, and he was like, "Hey, I have some acid. Do you want some?" I was like, "Well, how much?" And at this point, like, I was like, I got like really excited. I was like, "Shit!" Like, I never thought like I would be able to get my hands on acid, but just my best friend has some. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" So I was like, "How much?" He was like, he did the most fucked up shit. He said the most fucked up shit ever. But I mean, hey, he's trying to get his money. He's like, "I'll give it to you for free if you take it in front of me right now, or you can pay $10, and obviously it's just yours whenever." So and from like what hearing like what Psych Substance talked about, I was like, "There's no way in hell I'm gonna take this shit right now. As much as I want of a free drug, I'm not gonna do that." Plus, I was a freshman. I was so scared. My grades were shit. I already failing Spanish, so my parents were on my ass, and if I just got caught, I would have been in so much more trouble than I was already gonna be. So I was like, "I'll just buy it, and just take it whenever." Now, when I bought it, I didn't really have uh, a plan of like what I was going to do, because like when people take acid, a lot of times they have like elaborate plans. Oh, we're gonna go to this view, we're gonna go on a hike, we're gonna go do this. For me, I just thought like it's like I just kind of thought it was gonna be like weed, but with some visuals, but that's gonna last, like all night, like 6 to 8 hours or however long acid lasts. Um, I thought it was gonna be like that. Um, so anyways, I bought it off the guy. Um, After that, I had a lacrosse game. Yes, I played lacrosse. Yes, the dumbest sport ever. I don't know why I played that sport. I hated it. It was the dumbest thing ever. No offense to anyone who plays lacrosse out there, but I don't know. This it's not that fun. It's really not. Anyways, so we had our lacrosse game, and after that, went home. And right when I got home, I was like, "Okay, well, I'm not gonna take this shit now," because I remembered like, like they said like your pupils will get hella dilated. So I was like, "All right, well, I can't take this now because first of all, I don't know how I'm gonna act, and second of all, if my parents see my pupils hella big, they're gonna know something's up." Because my dad's not stupid. He's like, I don't think he's done any like hard drugs. Uh, he just probably smokes weed from now and then, just kind of like that, but like no, nothing hard. But you can. It's not fucking rocket science to tell when someone's fucking tripping balls or just not acting right. So, anyways, I wait until they go to bed. My parents went to bed pretty early, since they get up to work, have to go to work pretty early. So they went to bed around like 9. So, sorry, excuse me. Excuse me. Um, when I got it, I remember this is the main thing I remember from psych substance was if it's bitter, it's a spitter. That's the only thing I remember. I was like, if it tastes, if I like, even if like I get paranoid, I'm just gonna like not take. I'm gonna spit that shit out immediately because I'm not taking no chances. So it was just like on a blotted paper. It wasn't a gel tab. So yeah, it was cool. My friend sent me a picture of the like sheet he got because I was like, I asked him, I was like, how you get this? He was like, oh well, my brother had it and he was trying. He was like, he wants me to help him sell it for him. So I was like, oh okay, and it was a design of Mickey Mouse, like smoking a blunt. It was a cool design on it. But anyways, so I took it, and like the about like 20 minutes go by, and I'm like one of these guys. Even like back then, I was like even before I was way before a weed head or just a fucking coffee or anything. I just wanted like instant like pleasure right now. So when I took it, I even though I knew it says like it's gonna take like an hour. To be honest, I haven't done acid in a while, so like my memory isn't the best on like how long it takes to reach your peak and all that, but like I do remember them saying like in like an hour you're gonna feel come up anxiety, then you're gonna reach your peak, and then you're gonna like kind of like slowly come down off of it. So after like I had it in my I took it, and just let it sit on my tongue for about 20 minutes, just because I wanted to make sure like I got the full effect. I don't know like if that's way too long or way too short, but I was like I want to feel something. And I thought it was cool because it was like it's not weed, so I don't have to be paranoid about like, ooh, my parents are gonna smell it, like the whole house is gonna reek, like I didn't like. So that was nice. I just, like the only thing I really had to worry about is like if my parents walked in on me and if they saw my pupils or me acting strange. That's the only thing I had to worry about. But anyways, so about 20 minutes in, the first thing I got was I didn't actually get anxiety. It was weird. Like it's hard to explain, but it's like it's almost like this, like you kind of get like this body high. Especially for me, it was always in my like stomach. Like it was weird. It was like this kind of like tingling like sensation throughout like my mainly my stomach, but like my arms, my legs, like so. I started feeling that, and by the way, I only took one tab. By the way, uh, so I started to feel that, and then again, this happened a long time ago. So like time is like a blur. I can't remember like at what time what happened, but like a little bit later, then I started to feel the effects more. The first thing I noticed uh, was kind of like some visuals. Now, for me, I don't know why, and it's dumb of me, but I was always afraid of like seeing stuff that isn't there. Like, I don't know why, it's just like, even like now, like every time I've done acid, the most acid I've done is one tab of acid. I've never done more than any of that because I've always been afraid of seeing like crazy shit. You know, like I don't mind like some color enhancements, like stuff like that. But like I just think like you guys get what I'm saying. So I noticed that at first. My room was completely dark, so like I mainly noticed it like I was on my phone. I noticed it on the screen. I also noticed like my fingers felt really weird. So like when I would like touch my phone, like I'd be like get this weird like I don't. It's hard to explain, but like every time I would touch something, it would like feel good, like going up. Like I get this like sensation of like tingling going up my starting from my finger going up through my arm. It was weird. Um, so um, that's what I first noticed, and then probably like when the peak came around, since obviously I didn't take a lot. I was I was still I was functioning. Now I didn't really well I did say a lot, but this is like how I knew I was tripping balls. But like I was this is back 5 years ago, so this is back when like Vine was still out and like Vine was really popular. So what, and I'm not even joking, people don't believe me when I say this. This is literally like, and I know you guys want to hear like some crazy ass story of like me doing some crazy shit on acid. I literally just sat on my phone. I was on Vine from like 10 at night till 5 in the morning watching Vines and then talking, not in my head, but out loud, saying, like, reviewing the Vine. Like, think, like, I don't know if you guys remember, like, I think he's like King Batch or King Ba or some shit like that. He was like a very famous, like, guy on Vine at the time. He was hilarious to me. So like I remember I would just sit there and I would like watch it. I'd be like, okay, this is like it was some good acting, or like it was really funny, or would I would just like talk to myself about the Vine. It was so weird. It made no sense, but that was literally my whole trip. Was just me sitting there in my bed, just watching Vines. I didn't message anyone. I didn't talk to anyone. I just sat there and just watched Vines. That's all I did. And then uh towards like the morning, like I gotta. I was like, all right, well, I'm thirsty as fuck. I gotta go get something to drink, and so I went out there. And my keep it. I think I don't know. It might have been a Friday. So, anyways, but my parents wake up early no matter what day it is. So my dad was already up at like 5:30 in the morning getting his coffee. I looked in the mirror before I went out there, and my pupils were still huge as fuck. But like, I knew like I like looked at myself. I was like making sure like if I could keep like a straight face. I was like in the mirror just going like that, like practicing if like my dad like would look at me or something like that. So I went out there just to the fridge, and he uh he just like kind of turned around. He's like, "Oh, you're up early." I was like, I was luckily like he didn't get up or anything. Thank God he didn't. He was on his phone on the couch. He just like looked up and he was like, "Oh, you're up early." He's like, "What are you doing up early?" I was like, like couldn't really sleep. I've been up for a couple of hours." And he's like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "I just came out here to grab some water, and I just went back to my room." And after that, literally, I felt like I just felt like kind of like after like I was done tripping, I felt like the come down of it. It's like it wasn't awful, but it wasn't great. It was like my body kind of felt like this kind of achy. My I had to like crack my knuckles a lot. I was super dehydrated, but also at the same time, I just played a game of lacrosse last night, and so I was probably already dehydrated from that because literally after the game, I had like fast food and soda, so like super dehydrated. So mouth was dry as fuck. Like my jaw was clenching. My jaw hurt because I didn't even notice it. Like my jaw, I was just like clenching my jaw the whole time, but like I didn't notice that until like after I was done tripping. I was like, why the fuck am I clenching my jaw so much? Like the fuck? And so I mean, that's pretty much it. That was my first time tripping on acid. It wasn't the most fun experience, but I just find it a funny ass story to tell because when people get talk about like their first time, they're like, "Oh yeah, we went to the woods. We saw like I saw this crazy shit." And like when I say I was like, I just sat on my phone, talked to myself for 8 hours straight. People would be like, "What the fuck, you tweaker?" And I mean, it was just funny, but it was such a great time. And that's like what really made me like psychedelics because after that, there has been many times where I did acid, and every time except 2 times were all at school. Yes, I took acid at school every time except two times, not counting the first time I tripped. So those videos are definitely a lot more interesting. More interesting than this one, that's for sure. But I felt like I had to start with this video first, and then later on I'll tell the story about me tripping in school because literally I think it was like 3 days later I took acid and I took it at school because I was like, okay, I was like, I can handle this and I'll be fine at school. And so that will be in another video. Hell, that might be the next video I upload if this gets some good feedback. If you guys want to hear more acid trips, then let me know in the comments. If you guys haven't followed me on Instagram or Twitter, make sure you guys do that. My usernames are in the description down below, so you guys can get alerted when I'm about to upload a new video, or I'll be asking questions of like what video would you rather guys hear today? Just asking you guys. I want to be connected with my subscribers, especially since I'm at like a small I'm just starting out, so it's so much easier to stay connected with everyone, instead of like when you have like thousands of subscribers, you can't respond to everyone, but like here, I can connect with people, and I definitely want to hear you guys' feedback of what else you guys want to see. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.